Fighting is funny, you know. It's in a way the best way to get to know somebody. My plan has always been the same. It's becoming the best I can be. The way I train and my ambition will get me to the very highest level. I do believe that I will hold the UFC belt in the near future. When I was 17 or 18, I went to Dublin to train with my coach today, John Kavanagh. He has a big team there, including Conor McGregor. And then 2012, I got into the UFC. John has had a lot of influence on me. Because he's a small guy, I think that's a big part of my success, that I adopted a small guy style, and I'm a little bit bigger than him, but I'm also able to beat bigger opponents. Training with Conor is great. Back in the day, we had like pretty much opposite styles. I kind of brought karate into his game, and he taught me a lot of the boxing. We're gonna continue training together, unless he goes full-time boxing. Karate gives you a lot of feel for distance. There's a lot of emphasis on speed, time your shots, hit that first shot, hit that counter. And there's not many guys who know that kind of style in MMA today. Boxing, kickboxing, Thai boxing is a lot more common. I don't go in there swinging for the fences. I go in there and calculate my opponent and land these strikes, or else get him down and then finish him. When I started fighting, I thought to myself that the most practical way to beat somebody was to take them down. When you're on your feet, you might get a little angle, get a couple of strikes in, but then you're back squared up. But when you get somebody down and you get a position on them, that's positional dominance, and you can keep it that way. Once you get somebody to the ground, the key is to keep the weight on them, you know, in the right place, you know, because they'll be trying to move, trying to stand up, trying to push you away. So your weight placement is very important. You need to be like a bag of sand. That just, whatever you push, it just kind of leaks the other way, and you just cannot get that thing off you. It's not just about holding with your hands, it's about using your arms, your hips, your legs, your chest, your whole stomach, everything, your head. You gotta use everything to keep somebody in place and slowly working them, you know, like a snake, like an anaconda. And then finally, you get that chokehold, you get that submission. That's a very practical and clinical way to fight and to finish a fight, I think. So this is the mount position. If I get like a few good strikes on him, he'll start turning away from me because he doesn't want to take these shots. He exposes his back. So usually we'll end up in a position where I have his back. I'll end up with my feet around his waist and a kind of a seatbelt position right here. So this is my control. Grab me here, hit him to the nose. I'll even go bang in here, try to get his breath away, you know. His chin will come up slightly, you know, gasping for air. Now this hand is gonna sneak in here and grab around his neck. If my head is just kind of dangling here, he'll just put his head out here and grab my hand and pull it down, and I have no control. My head has to be glued to his ear. This hand goes all the way here, and I grab my own bicep, and this hand goes all the way down onto my own shoulder, and again my head comes in here tight. Now we have what you call a rear naked choke, and basically now the key is just to hug him like you would hug a friend that you haven't seen in a long time, and he'll tap. It's a beautiful feeling, you know, when you win your fight. It feels like almost you're in a war or something. You won a war. I have respect for my opponents and anyone who goes in there, you know, it's not an easy task. And after the fight, obviously, you've created a little bit of a bond. If you had some trash talk before, you've seen it many times, people usually hug, and I think that's a beautiful thing. I don't really focus too much on titles or medals. I want to become as good as I can. I want to master this art. That's my goal, you know, and you can never. So it's a journey that you're always on, and I'm loving it.